to Too Many Hats podcast with your host with the most, Tony and Lavelle. Every morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. We also have Queen Watkins with Clock Dead. Tune in with us and have a great time. Let's talk about it right here. Too Many Hats podcast.
Man, it ain't even finished all the way out. Good morning, top of the morning to you good people, man. Happy Monday to all of you. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, man. This your host with the most, Tony Mays, the Bell Salter. What do you do, Mike? How you?
Top of the morning to you. It's Monday, man.
Why you got that static in your voice?
I don't know.
Yeah, your voice. I noticed that the other day, like your voice is staticky.
I don't know. I ain't moved nothing. I don't hear nothing.
Yeah, it's staticky. It's staticky on my end. I heard it. I've been hearing it, but it's like just then when you went after we went live, it just like really got kind of loud, staticky like.
Let's see, can I turn it down? So I don't know.
Anywho, but I hope you guys had a beautiful weekend, man. It was a beautiful, beautiful weekend, man. For those who, man, I finally got my buttermilk pie, bro.
Yeah, I talked to you yesterday. You going to pick it up.
Finally got that buttermilk pie, bro, and it was everything. Lavelle said, "You got some ice cream with it?" Yes, sir. Don't play. Yes, sir. Got my ice cream. I indeed. Let me see. Say something, Lavelle.
222.
Now I can't hear you.
For real?
Yep. Yeah, it's still kind of static.
Yeah, I turned some of that stuff off on there. They say you can use and don't use. I don't know. I don't hear no static at all.
What up, Zoe? Yeah, it's kind of staticky and an echo now. Yeah, it's static and echo.
What about now?
Hello.
Yep.
That's better. I don't know. Anyway, so and let me apologize. She said there's a little echo too. It went away when he did whatever he just did. It went away. It was an echo. Yeah. I was first of all, I want to apologize because the bill had actually created a topic for us and I didn't see it. Good morning, it's Monday, no days off. I'm up in here. I love the group, y'all. Okay. Mel, don't nobody work like Mel Mac. Well, we don't nobody work like Mel Mac. I don't know when you had time to go do nothing, vacation or nothing, because you always at work. That means you getting that money on, as Queen would say, you getting that money on. So, again, Lavelle had created a topic, but he didn't create it inside the studio. He created it and I didn't see it. And so we're going to run that one tomorrow. So what we came up with is, you look at the title. The title actually says Money Cometh, but the actual question is, if you suddenly came into a lump sum of money, who would you take care of first, or what would you buy? And so, I think the very first, if I came into a lump sum of money, we always say what we'll do when we get some money. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that. But the first thing I want to do, man, period, is be debt free. Like, let me pay off everybody I owe, so I don't owe nobody nothing. And my 50 coming up in the mid of September. Okay. I would just want to pay off all of my bills, so I have no bills first. Once I done paid off all bills and I'm free and clear, and then of course, I would sit down, with my wife and just say, hey, let's put to the side, after we done took care of all the bills, let's put the money to the side that we want to put up for us, right? Put that money up, whether it's money we're going to invest or whatever, and then we're going to automatically say, hey, this a portion of here we're going to allot for family and friends, and then we'll start breaking that money down according to family and friends, whatever we're going to give away to family and friends. And we will break that down. And then after we done did that, that's probably when we'll buy some of those other creature comforts, some things that, trips or buying cars or whatever, But we would definitely, it would have to be in that order for me. I'm gonna have to pay out all the bills first. Period. I don't want no bills I ain't gonna pay. Then, set the money to the side that, okay, this is what we're gonna live off, this is what we're gonna be comfortable with, this is what we're gonna do. And then, I'll take care of everything else. Yeah, of course, she said the tithes, invest, make sure the debt, of course, yeah. I make sure, my church is taken care of as well. And then there are some other churches, man, that I would sow into as well. Some churches that I know that are doing, I feel like that are doing the right thing. I would sow into, well, not really the church itself, but the ministry of what they're doing. I would sow into those ministries. So I would definitely do that. And then, then I would look into some of those creature comforts and make sure, I took care of, people I was like, well, I'm gonna mom first, if your mama's still around you and you came into a lump. But see, some people would be a little different. Some people, this is what I've discovered. Some people will come into lump sums of money and they ain't looking out for no family, no friends, no nothing. They going straight, And to me, I think depending on, well, you know what, I ain't gonna say, I'm finna say that's a little selfish, but I don't know the relationships with people's families and friends. So I know with my family and friends, the people that I consider my close inner circle friends, they just like family to me. So, and they will be included in that share of that pot that I'm divvying up. They will be included in that. You know what I'm saying? So, that's just me and my take on it. That's what I would do. But I would definitely look out for some family members and friends. That I would, now this thing though, this is what I want y'all to understand. Once I give it to you, ain't no coming back and getting no more.
No.
Once I divvy it up and say, okay, you got 100,000 or whatever it is, 200. Once I give it to you, it's a wrap. Don't come back. Ain't no more. Once I divvy it up, is that on that? You better invest it. You better make some wise decisions. And that goes with my kids too. So, once I give it to them, but see, I had said I would probably do something like this with my kids, is like get them. So I'm just, for example, if I want 100 million, I know I don't need $100 million. So I might put us up 20, 30 to the side, to live off of it. Then I'm gonna divvy up some of my kids, so my kids gonna get some. So I probably get them a little lump sum to kind of do their little thing. Then I put the rest of where they get it paid out to them in an annual type of stipend type of deal or whatever, and that way they got money coming in annual. I set it up that way where it's paid out to them annual, and that way the money that's sitting wherever it's sitting before it pay out, that they'll be accruing interest on it as well. So that's what I would do if I got a lump sum of money. And depending on the lump sum is how I would divvy it up. So I can't, I just use that 100 million for an example, but I might not get 100, I might just get a million,
Right.
and but definitely, I would make some people some millionaires off that 100 million if I received 100 million. But what would you do if you
I know
received a lump sum?
First thing I would do is go ahead and build that compound. So I could be there with my parents and my sister. And we'd go ahead and get that about, I don't know how many acres we would probably get. I'd probably get about, well, maybe 5 to 10 acres, maybe, just depends.
Mhm.
And man, put everything on that junk we need. You gotta have entry access only. You ain't just pulling up in that joint. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna have their
Mhm.
own quarters. Hey, mom them straight where she need to be. My pops and my sister and them had their quarters, and everybody just, what I'm saying, live with each other, and like you say, put the rest of that money up, pay off all your debt. And I'm proud to have one of the coldest DJ systems you ever have seen in your life.
You gonna have a helipad, so y'all can just land in the helipad, take off from the helipad.
Mm-hmm.
That's excuse me, that's a goal and dream of mine as well, is to have a some kind of compound. I heard an interview with Marlon Wayans where he was talking about that same thing. I forgot what he called it, Marlinville or something. Where he was actually talking about him being the baby in the family. He said with him being the baby that he always watched, his parents say, I can't wait till they get out the house, when kids get out the house. Then he said, then every time one of his older brothers or older siblings would leave the house, move out, his parents would be sad that they moved out. And
Mm-hmm.
so he said he saw it, and him being the baby, he saw it. He said, I saw it all the time. He said, well, they'll be happy. They'll be saying they happy. They be happy when they move out. And so they move out. Then now they sad that they moved out. Now I ain't sad my kids moved out. I don't know. But he said that his parents were acting sad. So he said with him and his kids, he said, my kids can live in my house as long as they want to. He said, what's mine is theirs. Anyhow. He said, and you expressed this as well. Like he said, they can live in my house forever. I don't care. He said they can have their own little thing. He said that just means more access to when they come in with they got grandbabies. I got more access to. So he said he wanted to do like the compound, like where they got this big old plot of land. I don't know if he's actually bought the plot of land yet, but it's where all these houses are on it, and they got access to each other just in this little compound. Top of the morning to you, Craig. So I've heard a lot of people speak to what you're talking about, Lavelle. That's one of the things that was on my list too, because mine actually included a store, a grocery store, where we can all get our own grocery store, and all of that, our own gym, our own pool. Well, we could just our own little compound basically, and you have to have either key card access or some kind of access to get in. It ain't no just drive up. Ooh, let me look at the houses over here. Nope.
Mm-hmm.
We got a security guard at the gate. Key, you ain't just driving up. If you in there, you supposed to be in there.
Right.
And I don't know if you remember this when we was doing SOS Friday night services years ago. We one of the young preachers talked about it. Terry Mackey.
Mm-hmm.
You remember him talking about Mackeyville?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's the very first time I had ever heard of anything like that is when Terry Mackey was actually talking about it, and he said he was gonna call it Mackeyville, where he got this huge plot of land and all his family's compound and his family and everybody lived on it. And so I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But
I don't
that was
know what
the
I would
first
call
time
it.
that I ever heard somebody talk about that like that.
Yeah, I don't know what I would call it. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. If I could just have it, that would be the last thing you think about. But I don't know what it would
Salter Estates. Look, Salter Estates.
One
Yeah.
little.
So let me ask you this. So I know you will, if you had the money to do it like that, you would have all the amenities on their property that you know. So what about like in terms of security? Like,
Mhm.
would you have armed guards for your compound?
Uh, Depending on the technology, because honestly, crazy about technology. But depending on the technology that we are able to afford with the money, you probably won't need no security guard because you're gonna walk up to the mug and get shot.
Because with me, I'm thinking about guard towers all the way around it.
Oh no, you won't even know. It's gonna be a guard that you just won't know it there. You walk too far.
Man, but yeah, but it's folk get around that stuff, man. These folks smart, they get around all that stuff. So once you get around, now I want all that technology, but I also want the physical body to see somebody coming up and be like, what you ain't supposed to be doing? You ain't supposed to be at this back gate back here trying to climb the wall.
Yeah, I don't know. Like you said, it depends on the amount of money that you win. That's something that you're gonna have to pay for. That's gonna almost be somebody like job.
Yeah,
Something.
but I mean, if you investing, you're gonna have if you're investing, then you're gonna have money coming in too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it just depends. Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, that's just something we got y'all out there thinking. Now, I hope y'all thinking about what y'all would do if y'all came into a lump sum of money like that. What you would do with it? I've seen some, but when I tell you, I've heard of some very, very selfish folks when it comes to like receiving money. I've heard rappers, and I was like, yeah, oh, I took care of my mama. Now I heard Clarissa Shields said she bought her mama a house, her mama 2 cars, her daddy cars, all of her siblings' cars, and all that. And she said her sister, she raised her sister kids. Like sister kids, they live with me. And she said her sister still, she said she don't know when it started, but her sister act like she just can't stand her. And she said what she realizes that people don't want what you give them, they want what you have. And
She
I
got a
said,
point.
wow. And she said, I'm giving, and she was like, they don't want what you give them, they want what you get.
Mm-hmm.
And so I get it, but at the same time, if I'm a Jeff Bezos and I'm sitting on billions, man, I can't spend that in multiple lifetimes.
Yeah, I kind of get it though, man. Because folks, man, folks will count your pockets in a minute. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have no. I'm probably I get the shirt off my back. That's who I am, and I always have been. But at the same time, folks will drain the hell out you, bro. You know what I'm saying? And don't have no type of recourse, or what I'm saying. Sometimes don't say thank you. They think they entitled to what you got because you want it. No, don't do that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, once I give it to you,
Think about this.
I give it to
I've
you.
thought about this. I've thought about this on multiple occasions. Mel said she buy a compound or buy a block for the family. Think about this. Think about all of the billionaires
Mm-hmm.
that's out here that make up the top 1%
Right.
of people, billionaires. If all the billionaires pull together, they could probably get everybody $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can be millionaires. And then you take that money and you it's gonna be some people gonna be right back in the poorhouse because they just gonna go out there and buy $1 million worth of jewelry or $1 million worth of cars and houses and have
Mm-hmm.
nothing, no kind of investments, nothing. And then
Right.
it's just like the one in the Bible. He gave the man the 1 talent, he gave the man the 3 talent, the 5 talent, and the one with the 1, all the other ones went and multiplied theirs, but the one with the 1 went and buried his.
Mm-hmm.
You can't make nothing if you buried it. The
Yeah.
other ones went and invested theirs and brought back double, triple,
Mm-hmm.
but he didn't bury his. So I do know it would be some people, and then sometimes God just blesses us according to our several ability. He blesses who he can't trust you. Some people, man, he probably couldn't trust with $1 million.
Yeah.
Some people he couldn't trust with $1 billion. They'd be out here, but Oof, man. I don't even want to sow that kind of seed right now, so I ain't gonna even say that. I ain't
And
gonna
one
even
time,
sow that.
I think now I'm at the mindset, what I'm saying, as far as, coming to some nice, money. If you said that maybe 15 years ago, I was like, I wouldn't need it because I'm a splurge my ass off. But like now, yeah, I think I'm a little bit more financially sound, if you will, for a better choice of word.
Craig said a compound on the family and friends. I consider brothers have our own livestock and vegetable garden. Yeah, I thought about that too. Having like a greenhouse on property, all that. Mandatory gun range. He said, man, that man have a mandatory gun range on his property with lessons at least twice a month. Yeah. So I just, I do think about it all the time, like people who are billionaires. I'm like, if you truly, and not to say that they haven't. Some of them probably like, okay, I'm a billionaire. You know, even if and I'm worth 3 billion, even if I gave away, you know, 300 million to my family and friends, a million apiece, I'm still Gucci. Think about
Mhm.
that, dude. Think about being a billionaire and having 2 billion, and you say out of the 2 billion, I'm gonna take 400. I got 400 relatives over here, 400
Mhm.
friends and relatives that I'm close to. I'm gonna get each one of them $1 million.
Mhm.
That ain't doing nothing to your pockets, bro.
No. And if you, especially, I mean, majority of the time, if you rich like that, you got your business set up. Oh, that's a write off on your taxes.
You put all them folk on payroll and pay all them folk $1 million, bro. A
Mhm.
one-time $1 million.
Well, I've actually been in the midst of some millionaires. I actually my brother-in-law, when we first visited Nashville, I went the first time, but anyway, one time we visited Nashville. It's a guy uh who he does children's songs, children Christian songs, and he took me over there to the guy house, was a millionaire, and majority of the time, millionaires, I I would say more so Caucasian millionaires. I can't say about the black millionaires, but they live beyond their means. I mean, below their means. In other words, when you pull
Mm.
it up, exquisite foreign car. The house was nice, but when you went in the house, gee whiz, I was like, oh my god. The top part of this house, the ceiling is totally soundproof. You can't hear nothing that's going on upstairs. Nothing. I think the ceiling that's divided up and downstairs. I think he said he paid like almost 70 grand for this, so you can't hear nothing going on. Your tablet or phone or something drop. Yeah.
It just fell over.
And he had a Ford F-150 in the driveway, Toyota Avalon, uh, but all the studio stuff was top grade. He had a shower in there that reads your body temperature. I'm like, but he didn't have no. I mean, when you saw him, he had on some old jeans and a old polo shirt and some old shoes. But you couldn't tell he was rich though.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. Uh, when I was in Amway, I met a lot of millionaires. And I'm talking about,
Yeah.
when I tell
Yeah,
you,
I've
they
met some
was,
more, but I'm saying that in that particular place, I actually was able to go to the house, what I'm saying, and interact type of deal. That's my first time ever doing
yeah,
something like that.
and I'm talking about, I met the Caucasian ones and the black ones. I went to one of them house. I'll never forget this. Ray Youngblood.
I remember that name.
Yeah, Ray Youngblood. I went to Ray Youngblood house down in Louisiana. He's in Louisiana. We down there. He stayed down in not like what's the that think it's right up to my tongue, down about New Orleans. Oh my God.
Baton
I
Rouge,
can't think of it.
Lafayette.
No, it's like in New Orleans, like on the like the North Shore, kind of like it'll come to me in a minute because uh the radio personality. Y'all remember the radio personality used to be here. Oh my God. not money. He was a Monix, but what was his name? But anyway,
Craig.
he said what?
Now he said, once you come ask me for it, don't ask me for no more.
Yeah, you said. But anyway, we went to Youngblood. We went to Youngblood, Ray Youngblood house, man, and it was crazy. Like, it wasn't no living. Like you said, they live below their means. He probably was outside of like people showing up. He probably didn't walk around every day with just But in his garage, he didn't have nothing in his garage under $100,000. Nothing.
Right.
And he had other cars sitting in other people's garage because he didn't have enough garage space.
Wow.
So we go in this house, big old house, and it's in a private gated community, of course. We go to this house. In the back, his pool house looked like my house in the back of his yard. I'm like, God. But this man had a button in his kitchen. He could hit a button, man. His wine thing come up out of the ground, the cellar. Big wine, would go back in the floor. I mean, it was just bananas, bro. Like, it's Slidell. That's what it is. Monica, thank you, Monica. My baby smart. Slidell, Louisiana, down in Slidell.
Never heard of it.
And yeah, Slidell. There's a lot of rich folk down in Slidell. And CJ Morgan. That's what I'm talking about. CJ Morgan. You know, CJ and that's how we all got involved. And CJ, when he left the radio station in Memphis, he went down to Louisiana and became a radio personality down there. And somebody showed him the business he got. So he got his brother involved. His brother got all of us involved. And that's how we had that big, huge group in Memphis based on his brother, Anthony Money. And so when we went down to Louisiana, man, we took, like, it was crazy. It was a lot of us, man. We filled up this rich dude house, bro. He was I can only imagine when everybody left, he probably was walking through there trying to see if anything was missing.
He probably had in there. More than likely he did. If you did something, he gonna know you done it.
Man, he probably had cameras everywhere. Let me set up these nanny cams everywhere, tell it.
Mm-hmm.
But this dude did not live, in my opinion, below his means, at least from what we can see, because the man, Rolex, presidential Rolex, the whole, how you see these rappers with the whole face diamond out and diamonds out through the bezel. That's how he walked around. He was an older white guy. Now he had a Brit diamond ring on, man. The diamonds on there look like marbles. They so big. Like, yeah,
man,
crazy.
He used to be a part of them MLM and network companies. That stuff used to be so like it was so attainable at the time. You like, you be around them folks, man. You be like, man.
Yeah. It look, all I can say is it worked for everybody who worked it. If you were a person that you could talk to people, you could get people, because it was really about the numbers. It was about the numbers, and you get people. Then once you get the numbers, then you get people to really try to change their mindset to start to do, work the business. And then, so now if you get, 20, 30 people that's thinking like you, now them 20, 30 people out here working the business, they gonna try to find 20, 30 people. So it's really a numbers game, bro. And that's why, like, we put, like, Monica and I, we had 170 some people under us.
Wow.
And it started off with me just showing a few people, and then helping them. And we had 170 some people under us. And so I was one of my upline sponsors. I was one of his strongest legs. He'll tell you, like, oh man, that's one of the legs. That's how I went direct. How I went, and he was about to go emerald because his legs were so strong. And man, if we had stuck with that and kept with that today, probably, man, I would probably be super rich if I had just stuck with it. And but just like everything, man.
No, Uncle Tony was in your downline, wasn't it?
Probably, I don't know. Probably. I mean, I had so many people. But if we just had stuck with it and kept going with it, You know, I probably wouldn't be a millionaire right now. You know what I'm saying? But I got burnt out on the fact that, man, it's like it was a constant. It was when people tell you like it ain't no job and you only gonna put this many hours. Yeah, if you only put 3 or 4 hours into your multi-level marketing business, guess what? You ain't gonna be successful.
Right.
I'm telling you that right now. That may be all it takes as a minimum just to get you started. But you finna put some hours in. You finna get off from work and you gonna run till it's time to go to bed, and then the next day you're gonna do the same thing. It's like another job. And
Yeah.
so, and until you can replace your income from your job, and you don't need to replace your income, you need to almost double your income because you gotta have, you know what I'm saying? You gotta double that income. You can't just replace that income. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's tasking, bro. Like you reading a lot of books, you running, you ripping, you going to every 3 months, you're going to these big conferences and stuff, man. And like it's a lot of work. And
Mm-hmm.
anybody who tell you it's not, they lying.
Yeah.
Craig said, if I won $1 billion after making sure everyone's set, I'll walk away with probably 650 million. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like you can still come away. You can still come away with money, man, after you take care of everybody. I just don't understand. There's no way Tony Mays could be a billionaire. There's no way I could be a billionaire and not have a whole bunch of millionaire family and friends. Now, I'm gonna make you that, but now it's up to you to keep it after that.
Yeah.
If you in my inner circle, you finna be a millionaire. Ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it.
Mm-hmm.
You finna be a millionaire. What you do with your million, like Craig said, don't come back.
Yeah.
This is a wrap.
I want to do the. You had back in the day. I don't know if people still do it, and me and my neighbors did it some years ago. You had individuals used to get together and play the lottery together.
Yeah, we
So they,
used to do it.
huh?
Yeah, I used to have a little clique at work where we just got in, and but my thing was if you want to be a part of, you want to be a part, I shouldn't have to track you down every payday to get your money. I gotta track you down. You in this week, you ain't in this week, you now. So that right there got old real quick. But I felt like if you wanted to play it like me, it ain't gonna be no. It ain't gonna be no. I gotta track you down. You automatically sending your money. It's on automatic send. Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
and that's how I felt. And I felt like it was like a hassle trying to get everybody money, and then so I was like, nah, I just keep playing to myself because I know, you know, yeah. And it's people that see one thing too, that the people that some people that play it on the job, that do it on the job like that, they have them pools,
Mm-hmm.
they have a little click, and them people be, when I tell you, bro, they be in it to win it. Like you ain't gotta hawk them folk down. Them people gonna drop their money in that pot like it's clockwork. And so when they hit, it's on the right that hey, we didn't hit for 650 million. We all getting 30 million apiece. You know
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
what you think? That's what it's supposed to be. But again, it's like pulling teeth, just trying to get those people in there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I get sometimes when people become a little selfish. Sometimes, especially if you have people. But this is what happens though. Like when you come into money like that, people will come out the woodworks.
You know what I'm saying? Yep.
People will come out the woodworks. And so my thing is, I mean, you can't take everybody that maybe just pop out the woodworks, but I mean, people that you know that are genuine, your folk and your family that look at. I mean, they're gonna be taken care of. And then too, you have to be mindful of how you move after that because people looking for you to do anything, trying to draw you in anything so they can sue you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you got to be mindful about that too. So I think having a lawyer on retainer
Mm-hmm.
might be something that you would need to do with your money too, like having a really good lawyer on retainer.
Mm-hmm.
That way,
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about, and maybe a team, depending on what kind of businesses and stuff that you got. You might need a team of a different kind of lawyers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people that specialize in certain things because, you know, you got investments going on, you investing in business because I have a lot of business ideas that I know cost money. And then this will be the time that I will put a lot of those ideas into play. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you gotta make sure because you can really get somebody $1 million and then maybe set them up in business for themselves or set them up in one of your businesses and run one of your businesses so you still, where they can still keep the money flowing, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't think I would take, even if I won $1 million, take the whole million and then go buy me an $800,000 house.
Oh no.
You
No.
know.
But they're gonna tax that million so you win anyway, so you ain't gonna win on million.
Yeah. When you get done, you ain't gonna have a product about 575. I think you through taxing it.
Yeah,
So
because we watched it that reality show on one of those when you win the lottery and the folks be buying them houses and they may win 2 million, 3 million, but they house ain't gonna be no more than probably about 50, 70, 50, something like that.
yeah, they go buy $300,000 house and be like, okay, and they ain't paying outright for it. They'll buy the house and we just closed on this house. They might put a big lump sum down on it, but so they can make their payments manageable. But nah, them folks smart, bro. Some
You
of them.
got to. Yep.
And if you already got a house and you ain't looking to move, you win $1 million. You get 600,000, bro. 600,000, and you already got your house, and you already got, So me at this point, mine will be strictly about like traveling and enjoying, seeing the world. Like I'd be traveling. Like I got the house. I don't need no more cars. What the cars gonna do is sit up there and somebody try to steal them, take them. No, I'm finna see the world, invest and see the world.
Yeah.
I'm finna make
something like that. It's like $1 million, $2 million. Like you say, pay your house off. Say all your debt and make sure you straight. So you may be able to bless everybody with 25, 3,500 here. Hey man, love you, bro. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But when if you win that big money like that, that's a whole other ball game. You gotta really position yourself for the win because you gotta be very strategic.
And I don't think there's any difference in probably the only difference is if you win some kind of settlement, from an accident or something, some kind of lawsuit or something, the lawyers get their money off the rip, they get their money first, then cut you a check. So it ain't no different than the folks taxing it because they get theirs off the rip, and then you still, even if you got it, and in today's time, $1 million is a lot of money, but it's not a lot.
No, it ain't. It ain't money.
Especially if you're a person that already make good money, because before Monica retired, not to brag or nothing like that, before she was retired, man, with my businesses and all that stuff, man, we was, $250,000, close to 300,000 easy a year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So 3 years, I'm at $1 million, a little over 3 years. So $1 million to me is not, it is money, but it ain't like, I'm secure forever. If I invested right, I probably could be,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah. So it depends on how your life set up and how you live. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but you can't operate and move like that now.
Mm-hmm.
So
everything is inflated. There used to be a time you used to be able to stay at home and cook and save. Look like you'll save some money. No,
we don't even. The crazy part is like now we don't even go to the grocery store.
Mm-hmm. I spent like $150, $200 at sales a couple of days ago. It look like I ain't have shit.
Like you didn't have exactly. It's like the money the money don't really go nowhere.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, God dang, what the hell did I buy? And the lady, just so happened, the lady beside me, she would come down. She's like, you said, what the hell did I buy? I was spending almost 300. I ain't got nothing. I said, I was thinking the same thing as I'm coming out the stove.
You know how you used to push your basket up, and you got your basket full loaded. You get to the counter, they ring up everything. Be like, oh, 300. You be like, woo, man, 300 about this. Man, you pull your basket up now, pay 300. Your basket ain't even full.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's crazy, bro.
And that joint ain't even full. And so it did with us, you know, with the pescatarian, you know, a lot of the stuff we buy is higher than just like some of the regular foods, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's you know, we go in there now and spend $300, $400, and you better not be getting no household products, you know, toilet tissue and soaps and all that stuff too. Oh, bro,
Mm-hmm.
I can easily spend $600 in Walmart, like just on that
Easy.
and food,
Real
easy.
easy.
You know,
I need to go in a little while because we got some stuff I need to get. I'm like, damn.
yeah. So you know, it can come pretty quick. So when you started thinking about, you know, and don't get me wrong, because the way some people live, some people are real frugal in how they live. You know, some people
Mm-hmm.
are extravagant. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it really just depends on your lifestyle and how you set up and how you like. Because some people they be like, they have $2 million in the bank, like you said, and they driving a little Toyota Corolla.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't, you know what I'm saying? They got just a modest house, you know, 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. You know, they ain't trying to live extravagant. And then you got those people that are extravagant that, you know, all those ones that sometimes live beyond their means or live at their means. See, I've always been one that live. I try not to live beyond my means, but I always live at my means, which is almost worse is living beyond your means. And
Mm-hmm.
I've always done that until here in the last probably last maybe 10 years, well, you know, 8 to 10 years. I was like, bro, you getting up there, you getting to the age where you're gonna be talking about retirement. You can't be living beyond or at your means. You gotta live below your means now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so the people who are able to live below their means and put up and do, you know, those are the people that, man, that really I look up to, because it's hard, man, especially if you're just trying to maintain. You know, it's hard sometimes. And so, you know, living at your means that you're not living beyond your means, which means you robbing somebody to pay somebody, you flipping trying to pay, you know, because you didn't live beyond. Living at your means that you make enough to take care of all your bills, but you ain't got nothing you putting up. Nothing.
Right.
So you run into hard times, it's gonna be a problem. And so, and I can openly admit that I was one that lived at my means.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So if you got a person that hits, and that's why I think it's a little different, man, when you start getting people that if somebody won like a million, if you take 3 people, right? 3 different people. A person that lives below their means, a person that lives at their means, and a person that lives beyond their means. And you bless each one of those people with $1 million. That one that lives below their means probably gonna still have that million, gonna put it up in a interest account somewhere, drawing interest on it. The one that lives at their means might have a little bit change put up, but that one that lives below their means, they finna blow through that million.
Right. It's gonna be.
They finna blow right through it.
Yep.
You
It's
know.
gonna be good.
And then when they look back, you know, because when you think, have you ever seen that show where are they now? They talk about those
Mm-hmm.
lottery winners. Where are
Yep.
they now? And it's people being won big. I'm talking about big lotteries and just broke, living on the street. I'm like, oh, how do you like? And they just, a lot of them tell you, they like, it was a lot of family. A lot of people come out of woodworks. I was just getting everybody the money, and I didn't really put none up for myself like that. And I blew, or I made some bad investments. I invested in all my money with this guy that told me he was gonna give me, and basically took all my money. See that's something you'll never get. I mean, I ain't gonna never put all my eggs in one basket, bro.
No, sir.
I'm gonna take my 200 million that I got, and I'm gonna put it in all in one investment.
Well, first of all, for probably about, I don't know, 3 months or so, I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm gonna take a break. Let me chill out. I ain't finna announce to nobody that that I don't
Right.
even want it. I gotta make sure that all my stuff straight first before I make any type of decisions. Because when you win that type of money, what I'm saying, folks will probably start coming out of you that that you don't even know that you owe that money to. So you got to make sure that you're moving, you know, in a way to the point where when you win that money, you gotta pull your wife. If you're married, pull your family together. Hey, this is what's gonna happen. We're gonna chill out for a minute. Da 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 da. You just can't just go out there and just start splurging. At
Yeah.
least I don't think you
Yeah.
should.
Well, most of them tell you that they advise that you go get an attorney, like right off the
Right.
rip. Get an attorney and sit down with a financial planner,
Mm-hmm.
so you can try to work out all these things prior to just running out there. Like them folk that was you remember them folk that were from Tennessee that won that $1 billion, that when the lottery got up to almost $1 billion, and them white folk won. And man, them folk disappeared off the face of this earth, bro. Them folk got them attorney, you know, and you ain't hear them folk relocated to a whole lot where nobody knew who they was. And that's what you got to
That's
do
what's gonna
sometimes.
happen with me because I mean you have to, bro. Because I mean your lifestyle literally done changed instantly. So
Yeah,
you're not the same Tony no more. You're not the same Lavelle no more.
yeah,
You're in a whole different tax bracket. Everything is different. So you got to think different almost instantly. And if you don't, you're gonna be in one of them reality shows. Where they at now?
yeah. I would definitely like if depending on $1 million, no. But if I won 100, 200 million, I'm gonna put the family together and say, hey, we gotta get out of here. Like we can't
Mm-hmm.
stay here. These folk know we done won 200 million. We can't stay here.
Yep.
So y'all better make whatever plans y'all need to make, cause we going somewhere else, and we gonna start all back over somewhere else.
Yeah. So all
Yeah,
they got to say, like I said, it depends on what you win. So
yeah, yeah,
that's if it's 5 million below, we we can handle that. You know what I'm saying? Take care of
yeah.
us. But if it's anything 5 million and above, we got to have a conversation.
We gotta have a meeting of the mind. We gotta come together. You know.
Yeah, because like you say, $5 million. I mean, when you think about it, if you buy your children a car, house, and all that, that money gonna be gone so damn fast.
Yeah,
Just because of the
especially
inflation
if
in
you
the
try to
country
set
they're in
them
as
up.
well.
Yeah, if you try to set them up where they getting a yearly or annual stipend and you want it to last, yeah, that ain't gonna be it. You know what I'm saying? And I probably set up say, hey, you get $50,000 a year till they run out. That might sustain you for 10, 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on what you use. And
Now,
$50,000 might
back
not
in
be
the
a lot,
day,
but
15, 20 years ago, probably a little longer than that, because I mean, inflation ain't been up. So I mean, shit been so high for like the last, I would just say 15, 20 years. Everything has been constantly inflated. But if somebody wanted some money, man, probably 20 years ago, it was a different ball game. But like now, I mean, you just think about it. I mean, the average vehicle that you're gonna buy, that you want a nice vehicle, you're gonna pay anywhere from $60,000 to $70,000 for that vehicle. So that's
yeah,
almost $1,000 gone. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So it depends on what type of, either you're gonna buy a house or build a house, or either pay off the house that you're currently in, depending on. So you're gonna spend anywhere from, I don't know, depending on how much you own your home, probably what, 30 grand and up. So
Yeah.
you want to get all your other amenities and all this stuff. That money start adding up in the economy like we in now.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And that's why I said $1 million or five. Like, man, by the time you pay off your bill and then hell, if you got student loan, hell, 200, 150, 200,000, that's gonna eat up half of it.
Gone. The
So,
rap.
and then you think about most mortgages, people still owe 100,000 or whatever on their house or whatever. So, by the time you do that and pay off your bills, man, you done ate through most of that money.
Yeah.
And what if you saying I'm gonna pay my mama bills off, my daddy bills off, my children bills off? Nah, you know, but to pay people bills off, to give people a fresh start, and with them having an income coming in, it is mine. It's a blessing to be able to
Yeah.
do that. Yeah. Come on, clock that T, bro, with our girl Queen.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Y'all know what time it is. Put them phones down, fingers up. It's time to clock that tea with your girl Queen Watkins. I hope y'all are having an amazing morning. But y'all know what time it is. It's time to clock that tea. Have y'all seen the story of the 6-year-old little boy that said he went to heaven? Let's talk about it. So this young man and his family went out to swim on July 4th. And the mom was saying that she seen her son, he was sitting on the edge, just kicking his feet, and he was cool. And she turned around, when she turned around, he was drowning, right? So they got him out the water, and mom, she immediately started praying, Clocky, you know where your help come from. She immediately started to pray, and she was also trying to give him CPR, trying to help her baby, right? So boom, at this time, the baby was still unresponsive. So the stepfather came in and was like breathing in his mouth and, trying to get the water to come out. So the baby started gurgling. By this time, the ambulance and everything has got to the pool, telling everybody to move out the way, give them space. Boom, bam. So once they did that, the baby, when he got to the hospital, thank God he woke up. When the baby got to the hospital, he told his mama, his daddy, and the nurses that God is real. Baby, his mom was like, she know God is real. They know God, but this just solidifies it even more that her baby said that he went to heaven when he was unconscious for a minute, right? He said he went to heaven and God told him, God said, go back. And once God told him to go back, that's when he heard and seen angels. Yeah, it'll give you chills just watching the video because his baby is not telling them. He's not lying. Did I go with him? Nope. Do I believe him? Sure do. With everything in me. And so the baby said he wanted to change his name to Avir. And if I'm not mistaken, it's French for the French meaning for air. Let me confirm. Yes, the French meaning for air. And he said that's because God is in the air.
Mm.
Yeah, if that's not a message coming out of babe's mouth, I don't know what it is. Because this baby drowned for a second. This baby wasn't here for a second. And for the first thing for him to come back and say, is heaven is real, God is real. Baby, if you don't believe it now, I don't know what to tell you.
Mm.
Maybe go watch the video a few more times. And I know that's probably not the only video, the only person, the only testimony. But to hear it from that baby,
I
it'll
heard
give you
plenty of them.
chills going through your body. God is real, yeah. And we need to spread that. We need to spread the word. He is. And that baby, he seen the angels. He heard the angels. And he came on back home to his mama. His mama was praying so hard, saying, God, don't take my baby. He heard her prayer. And he sent the baby right on back home. And when it's time yet. When it's not your time, it's not your time. But God shows certain people certain things. You gotta listen to them. All right, y'all. That's all the tea that I have today. Make sure y'all tune in to 2 Minute Hits Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. sharp. And don't forget to stay tuned for your girl Queen Watkins Clock that tea. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye.
Hmm.
Hmm.
That was
Man, I done heard a lot of those though. Like a lot of those testimonies where people had those But they were dead, pronounced like dead for a minute or 2 minutes or whatever, 3 minutes, and they come back and said, God is real. Like he told them it wasn't this time, he sent them back or whatever. And so I've heard a lot of them testimonies. So I'm a believer, bro. Yeah, I'm a believer. And for those who not, man, I'd rather believe in something, and then at the end it's not true, than not believe in it, and at the end it's true.
Yeah.
It's like having it and not needing, whether needing and not having it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a believer. I'm a believer, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you guys, look, man, for tuning in today, man. We know this probably wasn't the topic, but I just wanted to see you kind of pick y'all brains, and y'all wasn't active this morning. Y'all wasn't hype. Y'all must didn't like this topic. I guess y'all didn't want to think about this. Hey, I don't even want to think about having all this money and not being able to do nothing with it. So I'll be doing something with it, and I don't have it. Anyway, we thank you guys for tuning in. Those of you who tuned in today, we thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate it as always. In the mob, what's the topic for the mob, man?
Why do some entrepreneurs feel entitled? And it stems from an opportunity that I had at a wedding I did this past weekend. You know how we come up with topics. We actually something that happened, and
right.
Talking to this lady, or talking to the lady who run this event space, and she was telling me about the caterer that was for that event, and that's basically where the subject matter came from, and it kind of pissed me off.
Yeah. Well, that's man. I hope God will brighten my tongue tomorrow. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
I did all the the homework stuff. I already got it saved in my phone and stuff, and it's a thought process to it, and I didn't think about it, but it's a real thing. So I didn't know it, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, thank y'all again for tuning in, man. We will see you guys tomorrow. And hope you guys have a great day, the rest of it. And whatever that looks like for you, we pray that God will continue to bless each and every one of you in a special way and grant you your heart's desire. And do that in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, we'll see y'all tomorrow, same bad time.
Same bad place.
Too many hats. Let's talk about it.
The 2 Minute Hats podcast with your host with the most, Tony and Lavelle. Every morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. We also have Queen Watkins with Clock Dead. Tune in with us and have a great time. Let's talk about it right here. 2 Minute Hats podcast.